There was once a young boy named Ethan. He lived a simple life with his loving father. To Ethan, his father was more than a parent. He was his hero. Every day, his father taught him to be kind, to work hard, and above all, to trust God. As the years passed, Ethan grew into a young man. Life became more complicated than he had imagined. The laughter of childhood slowly gave way to questions. One evening, Ethan sat beside his father and asked, "Dad, why do good people suffer? Why does God allow pain?" His father looked at him with love and quietly replied, "Son, there are questions only time and God can answer. But never forget this. God is always with you, even when you cannot see him." Ethan remembered those words, but soon, life tested his faith. Difficult days came. His heart was filled with pain. He felt lonely. He felt lost. For the first time, Ethan wondered if God had forgotten him. One night, with tears in his eyes, Ethan knelt down to pray. He didn't have many words. He simply asked God to give him strength. Day after day, God began changing his heart. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but peace slowly replaced fear. Instead of allowing his suffering to make him bitter, Ethan chose to become a blessing. He began helping the poor. He fed the hungry. He encouraged the brokenhearted. He worked faithfully every day, knowing that every act of kindness mattered. The little boy who once asked difficult questions had become a man who carried hope to others. His father's words had become the foundation of his life, and Ethan discovered that even when life doesn't make sense, God is still writing a beautiful story. Sometimes, the greatest testimonies are born from the deepest pain. After years of trusting God, Ethan's life began to change. His hard work, honesty, and faith opened a new door. One morning, he received the news he had been praying for. He had been offered a job at one of the biggest companies in the city. On his first day, Ethan walked into his office with gratitude in his heart. He knew this wasn't just luck. It was God's favor. As he settled into his new office, someone knocked on the door. "Come in," Ethan said with a smile. His colleague entered, shook his hand, and said, "Congratulations, Ethan. You've earned this opportunity. We believe you'll do great things here." Those words reminded Ethan that faithfulness is always rewarded. At the end of the day, Ethan left his office with joy in his heart. He couldn't wait to share the good news with the man who had believed in him from the beginning. He drove home with a thankful heart. When he arrived, his father was waiting for him with a warm smile. Without saying much, they embraced. His father placed his hand on Ethan's head and prayed, "May the Lord guide your steps. May he protect you, give you wisdom, and make you a blessing wherever you go." Ethan bowed his head, receiving every word with gratitude. As they drove together that evening, neither of them spoke much. They didn't need to. The silence was filled with peace. A father's prayers, a son's faith, and God's faithfulness had brought them to this beautiful moment. The journey wasn't over. It was only the beginning of an even greater purpose.